Christmas special. Who's excited for a big man in a red suit to empty a sack all over your house? Folks, we have got a Christmas cracker. It is episode 38 here in the Fight Factory. What a show we have in store for you this evening. I can tell you, we will have a marquee women's match with Keitel going one-on-one with Katey, Harvey. Folks, we like to keep it festive here, and we've got a treat for all you hardcore Christmas fans. You will enjoy our jingle brawl. And then, of course, there's the small matter of our main event, which will see the Pharaoh of Fresh Style, Fabio, team up with Gangland to take on the Saviours of Destiny. And a certain individual called Paul London. Folks, it is a festive feast. It is a Christmas cracker. Are you ready for some wrestling? I said, are you ready for some wrestling? Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to see the world through rose-tinted glasses.
The team of JB.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fight Factory Pro Wrestling Christmas Special. We see the debut of Paul London tonight. We see Katey, Harvey versus Keitel, LJ Cleary versus Zozaya. A stacked card, but we open up with this tag team match here tonight. JB Renzo Rost-Tinted glasses against Michael May and our champion CBL. It's Corporate Keane, and I am joined tonight by none other than Cole Cullen.
Good evening, Keane, and greetings, Grapple fans. I'm back, and this time for the whole show. We're starting off tonight with Rost-Tinted glasses, a relatively new team in the Irish wrestling landscape. I spoke to JB earlier in the week about the oranges of the team. Let me say, they're very focused individuals, ready to do business here tonight, with Renzo already qualified for Grapple Games and JB looking for redemption. Let's see what they can pull out of the bag against these two.
Well, as you can hear from the deafening reaction, that is arguably the greatest technician this island has ever seen, Michael May, and the Irish Junior Heavyweight Champion in CBL. But in a very interesting predicament here tonight, we are not seeing either of these men in singles competition, but instead, tonight, they're a team.
Yes, Kane, and it's a great team to see. Michael and CBL are good friends. And I am sorry to do this, but I think we have to think about where CBL's mind is at. He's got that massive match with James Storm next year, as well as grapple games against not only Renzo Rose, but his own tag team partner here tonight. Now, I don't want to question the integrity of Michael May, but if I was CBL, I'd watch my back.
No, and you know what? It's very interesting that you mentioned that, because I was kind of... I didn't know whether to go there or not. I didn't know if I really wanted to question CBL on a personal level, but you have to be honest and you know, call it as you see it, and you're dead right. He's got a championship, you know, he's got the Irish Junior Heavyweight Championship. He's got a target on his back at all times, and I'm sure him and Michael May, as you say, great friends, train together, a lot of history together, but at the end of the day, CBL has what Michael May wants. However, I think tonight it could also be argued that there's nothing either of these men would want more than to beat the Rost-Tinted Glasses.
I think so. There's definitely a lot of history between these four. Michael humiliated JB on the last show in my first commentary match as well. Now, even though that happened with JB is the last person in the Fight Factory to pin CBL. So CBL got to watch his back against JB tonight. Michael and JB starting off. JB be looking for a bit of revenge after he was humiliated on the last show, and his bank balance took a hit as well with 2 public warnings. Michael May takes control of JB's wrist, and we start things off.
Yeah, and I mean, you raised a very good point there. Obviously, the last time we saw these two in the ring, JB was getting battered by Michael May. It was Michael May's really the exact environment that Michael May wants to wrestle in. You know what I mean? All technical rounds. But what's interesting about this is how much the odds shift from Michael May as heavy favourite to tag team wrestling, where, okay, CBL is, you know, the current Irish Junior Heavyweight Champion, Michael May, an incredibly accomplished singles wrestler, but they're standing across from an actual tag team. They're standing across from the Rost-Tinted Glasses. JB and Renzo Rose, they've proven already that they can gel. JB already himself has an extensive history with tag team wrestling, as we've seen, you know, previous Irish tag team champion himself. So I think it could be argued that in this match, the odds have shifted from Michael May being the clear favourite to arguably, possibly, the Rost-Tinted Glasses being the favourites coming into this, depending on who you ask.
I wouldn't go that far, King. But Rost-Tinted Glasses, when I was speaking to JB, he said it's not a tag team, it's a mindset. That him and Renzo know that when the Rost-Tinted Glasses go on, it's time for business. And we're seeing that now. JB holding his own with Michael May a lot more than he did last time out. Roman knuckle lock here. We'll see who comes out on top. Oh. Just as I thought we were going to see a sporting contest, we see the same lows from JB that he goes to every show. I don't think he learned his lesson, Kim.
Well, that was exactly what I was going to ask. You know, with JB and Michael May wrestling on the previous episode, is how much JB would have taken from that. You know, how's JB learned his lessons? Will he be a bigger threat to Michael May in this match as he was at the last show? I'm not entirely sure.
Well, as Michael May hits the Russian leg sweep, I mean, it looks like the technician's coming out on top again, going up to that middle rope for that John Woo. Oh, big drop kick. JB to the corner, and Michael May takes the wrist again. Gonna tag in the champ, and in comes the bull.
What's interesting about this, as we're seeing CBL and Michael May working very well together, despite not having any tag team matches together on any previous episodes. What JB is gonna really want is basically to take as much of this in as he can against CBL. As you say, he's got Zozaya in grapple games, he's got Zozaya in that champion, he always does. This is JB we're talking about. So it's going to be interesting to see what he takes from this. And and JB, he's not qualified for grapple games, but he does have his eye on singles success and on the Irish Junior Heavyweight Championship. It's just interesting to see. It's like a measuring. Is he ready for this? That's the question. And he's been, so far, not quite.
CBL takes the headlock. JB tagged in Renzo. Don't think CBL seen it. Oh! Renzo with the forearm to the back of the neck. Drops the elbow. Axe handle. And just like that, this changes. Renzo's now on top. The referee's distracted with Michael May. Irish whip. CBL switches. Renzo off the ropes. Oh! Standing flapjack there from the champion. JB's in behind. CBL sees him coming. Body drop. Oh, the lower back of JB, which took some punishment on the last show. And Rost-Tinted glasses spill out to the apron, and in comes the technician.
We're seeing them work so well together, aren't we? As the crowd count along. They could do this forever. It's not just a professional sporting contest. This is fun for CBL. It's fun for Michael May. There's not a single wrestler on this roster that likes Renzo Rose or JB on a personal level besides each other.
No, certainly not. Michael May going to try for that sharpshooter, but Renzo sends him out. Oh, Michael landed hard on the apron there. Those exposed boards on the side of the apron. I wonder if Michael hit his back. I can't quite see from here. Referee distracted now with CBL. JB taking advantage on the outside, and Michael back into the ring now. This is what I mean with rose-tinted glasses, Keane. They're just so much more in tune with each other than we think they are, because they know that they're both big personalities, both big egos. But when the rose-tinted glasses come on, it's just business for these men. Renzo with the knee drop there, gets only a 2 count. Picks up Michael May. Oh, another vicious club to the back there from Renzo.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Rost-Tinted glasses. I know I may have been a bit optimistic on their behalf, saying that they're the favourites coming into this match, but I say it for a reason, you know what I mean? It's not just chemistry, it's not just, as you say, like they're very well, they're in tune with each other. It's also, their craftiness, their willingness to do anything that needs to be done to get the result they need. And we're seeing that now as JB allows the Good to rush to the head of Michael May.
What a stalling vertical suplex there from JB. He'll be disappointed he didn't get 3 on that. Now, I do want to address something. JB said he's the last person in the Fight Factory to 3 count both of these men. And while that's technically correct, he is the last person to 3 count CBL. He did neglect to mention his feet on the ropes on the last show. But CBL's in now. This is where the inexperience of CBL in tag team competition comes in. He should be on the outside now because Niall Fox is distracted and rose-tinted glasses are taking advantage. Renzo tags back in. Oh, but Michael's fight out. Shots the stomach of JB. But Renzo catches him just in time. Renzo going to try the same thing. Stalling vertical suplex. Oh, can he hold him? Can he hold him? Oh, horrible landing there for Michael. You can see that on his face.
Yeah, Michael May looks to be in physical pain. Now it's going to take a lot to put him away, but that's certainly one of those things where it adds up over the course of the match. You did mention something very interesting about JB, of course, pinning Michael May and then CBL, but, yes, he did have his feet on the ropes, of course, it calls into question the legitimacy of it, but there's nothing stopping him from putting his feet on the ropes again tonight. All he needs is for Renzo Rose to take Foxy's eyes off what's going on, a bit of distraction, a bit of cheating, and a bit of craftiness, and then all of a sudden Rose-Tinted glasses could be picking up their best ever result as a tag team.
Oh, definitely. I just want to draw your attention to something there. You saw JB use the closed fist of Michael May in the corner there. That was illegal last time out. So maybe the slightly less strict conditions of this. Oh, Michael turns it around. JB goes hard. Can Michael make the tag? The bull wants the tag. Can Michael get to his corner?
The crowd are willing him on. And you know, Michael May, he's going to give absolutely everything he can to try and make this tag. This is an absolute game changer. Whoever gets their partner first could be walking out with the win here tonight. And it's Michael May, but on the other side, in comes Renzo Rose.
Shoulder block by CBL, and a second one. Hits the ropes, and 3. Takes Renzo up. Oh, the jumbo breakfast roll. Heads up to the top rope. Are we going to see it? No, Renzo had his back turned. CBL hops down. Clothesline here. Michael May back in. Oh, JB about to get... JB straight into the corner. Oh, rolling kick. CBL and Michael are on fire. A lot more in tune than I expected. Although we should have probably seen that when we saw they had matching gear.
Yeah, I mean, all the questions of where CBL's head is at or Michael May's head is at seem to be firmly out the window at this point. They are working so well together. I'm beyond impressed by their chemistry, their cohesion, and you can really see that they've strategized coming into this one.
Certainly they're talking to each other in there. It's a sign of an experienced tag team. Oh, Renzo sent, oh no! Renzo sent CBL into Michael May and he got the roll up. Renzo remains undefeated in Fight Factory, and Rost-Tinted Glasses have just pinned the Irish Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Look, you know, as a commentator, it's very important not to let your biases shine through. You know, you have to be professional and call it down the middle, but I will say it, I'm very disappointed in that result. I'm a bit heartbroken for Michael May and CBL. I know there's obviously a bigger singles picture to take into account, but tonight was a special night, getting to see those two teams together and seeing how well they worked. I really did think that this would be, you know, possibly the start of something between CBL and Michael May. We'll wait and see.
Obviously that was nobody's fault there. Renzo sent CBL into Michael May. Oh, both of them aren't happy. Michael May probably feels that CBL, you know, I don't think Michael saw the push from Renzo. CBL probably feels Michael should have broken that pin up. The respect is still there. But I think now both minds turn to grapple games, where Renzo, Michael and CBL are the first 3 competitors in what's bound to be one of the biggest matches of Fight Factory in 2025, and we're looking forward to it.
Okay, Fight Factory. Who's feeling a little bit hardcore? The following contest is the Fight Factory Jingle Brawl!
Yo, Scoop. What is the plan for tonight?
Well, we know the King is in the scramble match tonight, right?
Okay.
So if the King is in the scramble match, the...
Horny Bears in the scramble match. Love it. Yes, love it.
Now, did you bring your camel?
I did.
Did. Okay, let's go get ready and hide out in the crowd before the show starts. We'll catch them. Let's go.
Here comes King Alexander the First. One of the most irritating figures of the Fight Factory. Someone I have a bit of experience with. We tagged together earlier this year when he was a lot nicer of a person. The King's had a bad year. The Bear has been haunting the King. But we've got to keep in mind, the Scoop and AJ Scraggs had a plan for the King tonight, although neither of them are anywhere to be seen.
Yeah, really, I mean, the bear has kind of consumed his life. If we're being honest, it's kind of gotten into his head and thrown him off course. But he's still here. He still stands here, the king. So we'll see what he can do here tonight. Oh! Great to see the return of a former, I mean, somebody who we've seen in tag team competition here with Butch, somebody who has won tag team gold up and down the country, but tonight we get to see the return of JDP in singles competition in a match that could very well prove to suit, could really fall in his favor.
Introducing the next opponent.
Oh, that's not Galacini. I don't know who this fella is. We thought we were getting Galacini, but this is El Crimbo Navidado. Obviously, the Fight Factory must have gotten him from Mexico, just in time for tonight's match. I don't know, he's looking good. It looks like an agile fellow. Hopefully we'll get to see some cool moves from him tonight.
Yeah, an embarrassing mix-up, and I apologise from the Fight Factory production team. No idea why Galacini's music's playing. I don't know why the fans are chanting Galacini. That is obviously El Crimbo Navidado. So looking forward to seeing what he's going to do here in his debut. High pressure situation, but again, we'll see how he gets on.
Fight Factory debut tonight, the second one in this match for the big strong man. Accomplished Scottish wrestler. I'm looking forward to see what he has to offer here tonight. It's already a stacked field and there's still one more to show up. I'm just going to go back to the King here. The King's obviously had a very, very rough year, and that'll be only compounded recently by the release of the third Paddington movie. He'll be seeing bears everywhere he goes. It's a really bad year for the King. But I've heard that there's no bears here tonight, and the King will be looking to pick up a strong win in the Jingle Brawl.
Well, coming to us from Scotland, in case you couldn't tell by that incredible accent, is Ravy Davy. This really is one of those matches where no predictions, no real ideas of what to expect going into this. Anybody can win this. It's going to be chaos.
Yeah, Fight Factory return for Ravy Davy. We saw him here in July in a strong victory in a handicap match over Gangland. I'm going to be honest with you, Kane. I wasn't too familiar with the big strong man coming into the match here, but I don't think I like him very much. Going to be honest, I'm really excited to see El Crimbo Navidado here. You know, we don't have that many luchadors in Ireland, so it's going to be a really interesting thing to see how he takes to the skies in this hardcore match. Oh no, I don't want to hear this. Oh, please hit him. Please hit him. King running scared.
You know, somebody who's already had to go through a lot mentally. King Alexander the First going through even more as Ravy Davy and El Crimbo Navidado bully him before attacking JDP and Big Strong Man, who seems to be forming a temporary alliance.
Sure seems that way. Two lads hit the ropes. Oh. Oh, and Davy and Crimbo out of the way. And the Fight Factory crowd letting these lads know what they think of them. Crimbo and Davy drop the elbow. We'll see how long these temporary alliances last, especially once the weaponry gets involved, Kim.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just one of those matches where the moving parts are constantly moving as El Crimbo Navidado brings in a gift, brings in a present.
It's what I've always wanted. Wheat Crocs.
Unreal. A set of Crocs.
I don't know exactly how Davy intends to pick up a win with weed Crocs. Oh, it looks like he was going to hit JDP there. JDP got the boot up with Davy's goal. Slapping him silly with the Crocs. Oh, Crimbo. Crimbo gives a drop toe hold to the big strong man. Crimbo and Davy pick up the big strong man. Oh, and it looks like they're going to use him as a spear. Oh, right into the nether regions of JDP. Oh, JDP looking very unsteady. Oh, no. Oh, nobody likes to see that. A very painful outing for the two here. You see, that's what I mean about temporary alliances. Crimbo and Davy both want the win. Oh, but that was maybe a bit cheap from Davy, and we'll see how Crimbo reacts.
Well, it's no disqualifications, anything goes. You have to have eyes at the back of your head at all times. I was really enjoying this duo, this partnership. But it looks like it's all come apart thanks to a set of green Crocs.
And the King, you know, is biding his time. He's maybe got the sound of strategy. Oh no, big strong man is a candy cane. Oh, right across the forehead of Ravy Davy. Oh, now he's destroying the candy cane. Bit unsuccessfully, to be honest. Oh, battering Davy with the candy cane. Oh, JDP is a kendo stick. I think the King is smart, avoiding all of these weaponry. He's going to try and pick his moment at the end of the match.
Yeah, you know, people would call that strategy cowardly, but, you know, I have to say, for the King, it's quite a smart move. You know what I mean? There's all sorts going on in there. We've got candy canes, we've got, I mean, I don't think we've got everything. And to be avoiding all that punishment is definitely going to pay dividends later on in this match, you'd imagine.
The big strong man taken off his feet by JDP there. You'd wonder if that alliance is going to continue, but they both seem fairly satisfied in just beating up Ravy Davy for the moment. See the King hiding down there at the corner. Oh, big scoop slam from JDP. Davy fighting off the big strong man, but big strong man keeps him in control, picks him up. Oh, second big scoop slam on Ravy Davy. His back's going to start hurting now.
Oh, JDP using big strong man as a weapon, and Ravy Davy getting out of the way in good time. And that's the thing, the quickness of Ravy Davy and his awareness in a match like this. And in comes El Crimbo Navidado. And they just work so well together. And it's incredible to see, somebody make their debut that we've never seen before. We don't know anything about his history. And yet here he is, gelling with another wrestler like this and able to work together flawlessly. You rarely get to see that.
Flapjack by Davy and Crimbo there on JDP. Oh, the King pulls the rope down. Davy goes out. Crimbo watching the King, but a big strong man's behind him. Big forearm strike. Pulls him in close. Vertical suplex. Crimbo rolls over. Kick to the gut. Tornado DDT. Crimbo is on fire. JDP catches the kick, spins him around, Crimbo catches him. I'm so impressed with Crimbo here, Cian. For someone we've never seen before, he's really impressing everybody here.
Sometimes pressure can cause wrestlers to crumble, sometimes it can make them into a diamond, and El Crimbo Navidado gets caught by both men and off the middle rope. Ravy Davy with a moonsault, wiping them all out. And I'm looking at King Alexander I, like what we said earlier, avoiding all the punishment. Could he be here to seize an opportunity?
Look, who's the only man standing. This is his moment. Oh no.
Oh my God.
The King is devastated. This was his moment. But his nemesis is here. And this nemesis isn't just any man. This is the Bear.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is one of the most intense rivalries I've actually ever seen. This horny bear has ruined King Alexander I's life from the moment they met to right here tonight. Just when you think King has an opportunity, in comes the bear to take it.
It's AJ Scraggs and that Christmas tree. Oh, Scraggs misses with the tray. Hits himself in the head, stumbles into the bear. The bear's got Scraggs. The tree is on the top rope. The tree is on the top rope, Cian. Almost crossbody from the tree. The tree hit AJ Scraggs. Who is the tree? Is the tree the scoop? I think the tree is the scoop. Scoop and Scraggs said they were going to try and catch the bear here tonight and use the King as bait. Noggin knocker. Double rock bottom. And the King charges the bear. Rock bottom from the bear.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is really impressive from the horny bear. Undefeated still in Fight Factory Pro Wrestling. I think we might have to start asking, is this a legitimate prospect in Fight Factory Pro Wrestling? Because it's starting to look like it.
I don't think so, Cian. I don't think he's had more than one match. Davey with the bacon tray. Right on the head of JDP. Oh, there's a glazed look in the eyes of JDP. I don't think he's with us anymore. Blocks the strike of Davey. Catches him palm handle. Made in Japan. Horrible landing for Davey there. Enziguri from Davey. JDP down to a knee and on his back. Davey hits the ropes. Hits the other rope. Step up. Moonsaults. The big strong man's back in. Davey doesn't see him. Davey doesn't see him. Spear from the big strong man. Crimbo's back in. Crimbo's back in.
El Crimbo Navidado catching big strong man. But from behind, here Alexander first. Could he steal this? He doesn't. Navidado kicks out at 2. And El Crimbo Navidado getting rid of the king.
Oh, we got unfinished business.
Back to the Crocs. Back to Ravy Davy. Is this how it ends? And both men. Oh well, JDP interrupts the Croc exchange between the two. I don't think Ravy Davy quite understands the strength and the power that JDP possesses, and that could be it. El Crimbo Navidado up to his feet. He's gonna wish he stayed down. Oh no, he lands on his feet. He manages to reverse it. And Navidado completely wiping out JDP. But in comes the king. And I hate to say it, but oh no, he doesn't. I was gonna say King Alexander the First steals it. Instead, off the middle rope, he's caught. El Crimbo Navidado, and oh, that's it.
What an impressive debut for Crimbo here.
Wait, what's happened here? Why is he put his finger up? It's gone, Shady! What? What? Honest to God, I have no way. I mean, who in this arena here tonight, who in the Fight Factory, who watching this at home would have guessed that was Galacini? I'm stunned. There was no indications, there was no giveaways. I honestly thought that was a new wrestler debuting from scratch. I mean, Cole, you're speechless.
I have no words, Keane. I mean, Galacini's a good friend of mine, you know, and I would have expected that I would recognise him. But under that mask, we saw a different animal from Galacini tonight. Really impressive showing as Crimbo.
We wouldn't want anybody injuring themselves on an ounce piece of tinsel. I'm sure you will all agree. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a singles match on a schedule for 1 more. Introducing first.
And El Freestealer coming in here. Now, Zozaya is probably Europe's biggest rising star. But he attributes an awful lot of his success to his coaching at the hands of LJ Cleary. It's student versus teacher here tonight, Ken, and I don't know which way it's gonna go.
I fully agree. I think this is one of those matches you can't call either way. Zozaya, as you say, you know, this is the fastest rising prospect. You know, one of the fastest rising prospects we've ever had in Fight Factory. You know, it feels like not long ago at all when I was commentating his first ever episode appearance, and now he's, you know, wrestling all across Europe. He's main eventing. He's, you know, he looks like he belongs. It doesn't even feel like a prospect in the sense that he doesn't have those nerves. He doesn't have that shakiness. He looks like he belongs. And it's crazy to think that he's only been doing this, you know, in terms of like episode appearances, he's only been around for about a year. But as you say, it's his coaching that has shaped him into who he is right now. And that coaching, you know, a lot of that was carried out by his opponent here tonight, LJ Cleary. So it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how this goes. And I for one, can't predict it.
Normally when you call an LJ Cleary match, Keane, you talk about his grappling advantage, how he's such a highly accomplished ground game. But Zozaya is an amateur wrestler. He's wrestled with the Spanish national team. He's a national champion in freestyle amateur wrestling. So on the ground, I don't know how to call it. I think this match is going to be who can master a different form of wrestling, because both of these men's strongest form have cancelled each other out here tonight as the MVP makes his way to the ring.
As you say, the MVP of Irish wrestling, and for good reason. But you look at Zozaya, you look at somebody with an incredible amateur wrestling background that feeds into his grappling that will surely cancel out LJ Cleary. But you know, you look at also the fact that Zozaya is not afraid to take risks. He's not afraid to take to the skies if he needs to. He's got that speed to back himself up. All of the strengths that LJ Cleary has are also to be seen in Zozaya. They're almost mirrors of each other. Zozaya is almost, in many respects, a younger LJ Cleary. There's a lot of similarities. So, again, it could go either way. It's an absolutely fascinating matchup. You just know LJ Cleary is up for this challenge, though. If there's anything LJ Cleary's good at, it's embracing a challenge. And, you know, sometimes it can be a bit tricky as well as the mentor to go in there against your student, but you know, we've seen in the past with CBL, LJ Cleary can sometimes unlock the potential of a lot of Fight Factory wrestlers. They have a match against LJ Cleary, they learn loads from it, and then they go on to achieve incredible things, championships, etc. That could be what's in line now for Zozaya following this match tonight. And who knows, this result, again, I don't know how to call it.
Normally when we're calling coach versus student matches, we'd be dropping the old cliche, oh, LJ Cleary taught Zozaya everything Zozaya knows, but did he teach him everything that LJ knows? But the problem is LJ is such a good, giving coach that he probably did teach Zozaya everything LJ knows. The only advantage he has is that he had about a month to prepare for this match since it was announced. So he'll have picked up tricks in the last month, put them in his back pocket, and he's bound to have an ace up his sleeve here tonight. The only problem is that Zozaya maybe even doesn't need LJ as a coach anymore. Zozaya's wrestling 3 or 4 matches every week across many, many different countries. He wrestled with Hiroshi Tanahashi. Does Zozaya even need LJ Cleary? And a win here tonight would certainly show that he doesn't. Both men locking up. Zozaya immediately shoots the fireman's, rolls LJ over. LJ into the ropes. I didn't expect LJ to be needing the ropes so early. But I think Zozaya has such a strong ground game. LJ Cleary is going to have to take things up a level.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Sometimes, you know, there's the emotional aspect, the mental aspect of fighting your own trainer. Sometimes we do struggle with that. Zozaya, on the other hand, absolutely not. He's come in with confidence. He has come in with charisma. And you know, he is relishing this opportunity. As far as, you know, backing yourself, fancying yourself to get a result, there is nobody who backs themselves more than Zozaya, and that's why he is, as you say, wrestling multiple times a week against some of the best in multiple different countries. It's actually insane to think how young Zozaya is versus where he is in his career already.
Certainly, Keane, Zozaya has wisdom beyond his years. But LJ's just returned after his 4th tour of Japan with Pro Wrestling Noah. He's been tearing it up for the last year. He made his New Japan debut in June. Fight Factory tonight won't be a high pressure environment for him. Whereas Zozaya, on the other hand, is winless in singles competition here in the Fight Factory. The win he picked up in a wild match back in July, he didn't get the pin. I think there's going to be a bit of fire under Zozaya to prove himself in a Fight Factory ring, which so far he has been unable to do. as LJ has that headlock on and he's got that on tight. Zozaya tried to shoot him off the ropes there. LJ not going anywhere. Backs him up off the ropes. LJ keeps the headlock on and brings Zozaya down to the ground.
You also have to think as well, you know, what would a win over LJ Cleary mean for Zozaya? You know, when you think about what that entails, that's a win over a 3-time Irish Junior Heavyweight Champion, at one point the youngest Irish Junior Heavyweight Champion, at one point the longest reigning Irish Junior Heavyweight Champion. LJ Cleary is Fight Factory Pro Wrestling. If you can get a win over LJ Cleary, you've elevated yourself to a whole new tier, which, as we're seeing, is a lot easier said than done.
Certainly, these two have had one previous singles encounter. LJ Cleary came out victorious there. We might be talking about Zozaya, how he's such a rising star, but LJ Cleary is a star. LJ Cleary's wrestling 3-month tours of Japan. Like, Zozaya might be a rising star, but he's only trying to reach a level that LJ Cleary is already at. Oh, LJ saw that coming. That's maybe a little bit of veteran experience from LJ. Oh, shotgun dropkick there by Zozaya. But you said, Kane, that Zozaya's coming in with some charisma. I think Zozaya might be coming in with arrogance. I think he might think this match is over. I think he might discount LJ Cleary a little bit, which would be foolish to do, but you can't put it past him, especially given he has no singles wins in a Fight Factory ring since the pandemic.
It's a fair point when you mention arrogance. That's something that a lot of young wrestlers have to deal with when they get in. You know, they've got their egos, they've got their, you know, as you say, it's arrogance. And the thing about when you're taking on somebody like LJ Cleary is he's so quick and so experienced that, you know, one mistake is all it takes to turn a match on its head. One little misstep, one little mistake, and if anybody's going to make that mistake, it's the wrestler with the least experience of the two.
Oh, certainly, but you see there, Zozaya shot that knee in. He shot that right between the glute and the top of the hamstring of LJ Cleary. I know from experience that pain will have shot down LJ Cleary's leg. And we'll have to see how that plays into things. Oh, LJ's fast. Zozaya should have this scouted, Kane. This is one of LJ's. Gonna backflip over him now. Rolls into the middle of the ring. Oh, that knee of LJ Cleary gave out on the landing. Arm drag. Zozaya rolls through to his feet. Oh, drop kick to the knee. And if that knee wasn't hurt before, Kane, it certainly is now.
It opens up a whole world of opportunity for Zozaya. And now we're going to see what he's made of. Is Zozaya the respectful kind, the kind to not target an injured limb, or is he somebody who's going to go in for the kill and do what he needs to do to win? That's what I'm fascinated to see, because I feel like we haven't seen Zozaya faced with that sort of dilemma up to this point. As of right now, he's well, I was going to say he was waiting for LJ Cleary to make it back to his feet. He's decided he's done with that, and he's gonna make that a target.
Targeting the extremities there of the leg of LJ Cleary. When someone's leg is given out, you just want to try and take that base out from underneath them completely. It's not a style of wrestling I agree with, but it is very, very smart. Especially with LJ Cleary. He's got that Irish goodbye that requires a bit of aerial spring. Will that be taken out of him now by Zozaya? Zozaya pulls him back into the center of the ring, drops the elbow, sits in on that toe hold, and starts applying pressure. LJ at the hair. I wouldn't normally call LJ a dirty wrestler, but I think in this case it's justified. Zozaya's taking a few cheap shots, and I think LJ going after the hair is maybe only fair there. Slap to the back of the head from LJ. Oh, another knee drop on the leg of LJ Cleary by Zozaya.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think LJ Cleary going for the hair and bending the rules is anything more than really him fighting for survival. As you say, it's not usually his style, it's not usually what he opts for. But when he starts to resort to you know, illegal tactics such as that, that's when you realise that he's in a lot of danger, a lot of trouble. And in this case, it's when you realise that Zozaya has put himself in a strong position, but I speak too soon, as LJ Cleary, even with 1 foot, still manages to get Zozaya over the ropes, and that's the experience coming into play. LJ Cleary, even in Fight Factory alone, we've seen him in deep waters, we've seen him, you know, have to dig deep to get results, and it's something he's done countless times. Zozaya's going to have to deal with that.
And you see there, LJ hit the enziguri on Zozaya. I think he hit Zozaya. Oh, he obviously caught him in the neck with that enziguri, and there the magic screw by LJ Cleary. I think LJ's decided that if Zozaya wants to play games with LJ's leg, I think LJ's going to have a bit of a mess around with Zozaya's neck. Sends him to the outside.
And LJ Cleary, he's going to have to be careful. I mean, this is no DQ. LJ Cleary, of course, throwing him back into the ring, but you can still see he's not 100%. That leg still going to be affecting him as you see him limping back into the corner. Not a promising sign if you're LJ Cleary. But again, if there's any wrestler in Fight Factory that can adapt to, you know, having to use one leg or one arm, or have to adapt their moveset to get the job done, even if it's not a stylistic preference, I just feel like LJ Cleary is that wrestler.
Oh, I think so. LJ Cleary's vastly experienced. And we've seen there that he decided that if Zozaya was going to take away a limb of LJ Cleary, LJ was going to pick a limb of Zozaya to focus on, and he's picked that neck. That's good. He'll be aiming for that lion tamer on the neck of Zozaya, putting the knee down to apply extra pressure on the hole. So we'll just have to see if he can get that lock. Pulling the rope again. These slightly bending the rules by LJ. I don't think he expected Zozaya to be out of the blocks as fast as he was tonight.
Yeah, well spotted. LJ Cleary very clearly coming in and attacking the neck of Zozaya, which, as you say, it feeds into that lion tamer. It feeds into his strategy later on. LJ Cleary deserves a lot of credit for being a strategist in terms of how he approaches a lot of his matches. Particularly when it's, you know, singles matches like this against somebody so explosive, somebody that can catch him off guard, which Zozaya can do. And with one leg, especially one foot, to be able to keep that pressure on the neck, keep him grounded, it's really good work from LJ Cleary.
I've only just worked out why he's doing it, King. Zozaya is such an accomplished amateur wrestler, but being an amateur wrestler requires an incredible amount of neck strength. Zozaya doesn't have that neck strength. Some of those suplex variations, that amateur walk into the corner spears, maybe he won't be able to get out with some of his signature offense. And this is really smart by LJ Cleary. Not only is he preparing him for his own finisher, he is also setting Zozaya up for failure on his own moves.
No, you're spot on. I mean, and that's why LJ Cleary is in the position that he's in. That's why he's as accomplished as he is. Because really, you've never seen two of the same LJ Cleary matches. He always has something else to bring to the table, but that's what I was saying earlier, that explosiveness of Zozaya that can turn the match on its head in an instant.
Both men down there. LJ grabbing at his leg has been checked on by referee Niall Fox. Zozaya up to the corner. LJ comes in, Zozaya kicks out his leg. And again. Oh! LJ brought his hands up high, thought the drop kick was going for his chest. Zozaya dropped it low. Up to the top rope. Double foot stomp to the back of LJ Cleary. Zozaya goes for the cover. 1, 2. And Cleary kicks out.
A really impressive showing so far, because, you know, you'll hear in wrestling a lot to talk of breakout matches, you know what I mean? A lot of wrestlers have that one result, that one match that just changed the trajectory of their entire career. And in this case tonight, that is, in many respects, what this could be for Zozaya. If he gets the result that he needs here tonight, it's a whole different world for Zozaya. All of a sudden, we're not talking about a prospect. We're not talking about one for the future. We're talking about one for the present. And that is a very exciting thing to hear if you're Zozaya tonight.
We see Zozaya able to execute that bridge there, but his shoulders are starting to give him trouble. Maybe a symptom of some of the neck attacks he's been receiving from LJ Cleary. Hitting himself in the neck, trying to get some blood flowing back into where those injuries, that muscle stiffness might be, as he prepares for that amateur walk into those corner spears. Oh, he left the walk out. Corner spear again. Rolls back out. Oh, I think he's going for it now, Kane. Amateur walk. LJ gets the... kick, slap. Zozaya ducks. Off the ropes goes Cleary. Spins through, picks Zozaya up. The leg of Cleary and the neck of Zozaya gave out. To Madrid al Cielo. And both men down, Zozaya can't capitalise.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting. What you saw there was, as you said, the injured foot and the injured neck, the combinations of the two completely derailing what both men would have been instinctively going for in that scenario. And seeing Zozaya adapt when things aren't going to plan, you know, split-second decisions that need to be made in the middle of combat like that. And now we're seeing Zozaya really focus and hone in on that leg that he's been targeting, that foot. Because what I was going to say was a minute ago, the footwork of LJ Cleary is so impressive as always. But if you eliminate that, again, you're kind of eliminating LJ Cleary's, I suppose, his speciality. Now, it's not to say that LJ Cleary can't adapt and find other ways to win, but it's certainly an intelligent approach from the young Zozaya.
Zozaya ascends to the top rope. Oh! He tried to jump up. His leg gave out under him. LJ Cleary hit him with that enziguri, but can he capitalise? Turning to the crowd for a bit of support, bit of fire in LJ Cleary. He goes up. Strikes to the neck. He's not even aiming them for the head. He's trying to go for that neck now of Zozaya. But Zozaya firing back with punches to the knee. Zozaya, gym break special, double wrist lock. The arm of LJ Cleary trapped behind his back. Zozaya rears back. LJ Cleary baited him. He baited him in. Cleary, superplex. Rolls through. Rolls through. Cleary feeling his lower back. Can his back and knee get Zozaya back up? No. Keeps a hold of the wrist though. Picks Zozaya back up. He's going to try it now. Zozaya floats over. German suplex.
And Zozaya exploding after all the damage he would have taken. Oh, LJ Cleary with a super kick. Falls on top of Zozaya. Oh, I really thought that was going to be it. Wait, LJ slows it down. I cannot believe how close that was. I really thought when LJ Cleary fell, and that is literally what happened. He fell on Zozaya. I thought that was it. I thought both men were spent, and LJ had the fortune of landing on top. I mean, this is not that the win doesn't matter. The win, of course, is the ultimate objective of Zozaya, but so far this performance has been absolutely incredible. He's gone in there with one of the best Irish wrestlers ever, and he stood toe to toe. He's held his own, and as it stands, he's still in this.
And we see now both men are spent. There's no more big moves, it's just big strikes. And LJ Cleary coming out on top, that experience, just to be able to pick his points on Zozaya's neck for maximum damage. Zozaya, kick to the hamstring of LJ Cleary. Forearm to the neck, another one, and another one. Zozaya rears back, goes for that kick. LJ catches it, kicks in the stomach, kicks up, sweeps out the legs. Zozaya ducks. Jumping super kick from Zozaya. Into a knee from LJ Cleary. And Cleary pulls him in to be looking for that line tamer. Zozaya shoots him off. Small package, rolls through. Cleary over the top into the corner. O'Connell roll.
LJ up to the middle. And you can see LJ Cleary, he's clutching onto that foot. The damage done earlier on Zozaya coming back to haunt LJ Cleary. But that was just incredible, out of nowhere. And as you say, I mean, LJ Cleary, no stranger to that in the dig deep, no stranger to being in this position. But Zozaya, he's just, just when you think he's out, just when you think he's done, and he's another young prospect that's had another decent match, a decent showing, but not enough to get the result, he stays in it. And it's really incredible to watch.
I think you're wrong, King. I think LJ's just played his ace and it hasn't worked. Irish goodbye, that Canadian destroyer off the middle road, that's a move he's perfected in his tours of Japan. It's a move I don't think Zozaya saw coming. And LJ hasn't been able to capitalise. And I don't think Zozaya's going to let it happen twice. He's wisely staying at the ropes until he gets a chance to recover. Oh, LJ Cleary asking senior official Niall Fox to move away. What's he thinking? He's heading out to the apron. Favouring that left knee, I think. But I think Zozaya's out. I think that destroyer, just the Irish goodbye, just took everything out of him. He's got him by the hair. He's going to pull him up. Oh, Zozaya playing possum. Super kick to that leg. Oh my God, what a drop kick. Right to the mouth of LJ Cleary. Cleary still kicks out, but Zozaya's got that ankle. Will LJ tap? No, he couldn't get to the ropes. He's trying to duck and roll. Shoulders of Zozaya down. 2. Zozaya rolls into the ropes. LJ catches him. Victory roll. But I don't know, that leg doesn't look like it could hold him. He's trying to turn him over. He's got the line. Taylor Zozaya taps.
Zozaya tapped instantly. There was no waiting around. He knew once it was locked in that he was caught, and he knew from the pain that he experienced on his neck, the target from LJ Cleary towards his neck, this entire match, that he would not be able to handle that. What a match, what a showing, back and forth. I've said it before, of course, getting the win is important. Zozaya didn't do that tonight, but that is really one of those fights where your stock rises after a loss. Because Zozaya, he came in, held his own, on multiple occasions thought that, I thought watching that he had it, that he had beaten LJ Cleary, his coach, his mentor. Really, I'm blown away. I don't know what your thoughts are, Cole, but I really don't know what to say.
If I was Zozaya, I'd be incredibly disappointed. Poor is the student who does not surpass his master, and Zozaya couldn't get the job done tonight. He had ample opportunity, but I just don't think that he has reached the level of LJ Cleary here in the Fight Factory. Glad to see a bit of mutual respect still exists between coach and students. What an incredible match.
Yeah, and you do raise a good point. Zozaya perhaps not capitalising on those opportunities as they came. I mean, that is, that's one of those things you gain with experience, and that's the difference between being LJ Cleary and having done this for over a decade, and Zozaya, who's only been on a handful of episodes so far. It's bizarre to say he's been on only a handful of episodes, but that's the truth. And I'm looking forward to seeing him do it again. Hopefully one day in the not too distant future we'll see a rematch between these two, but until then, this show continues. Debbie Keitel is somebody who's been on some journey in Fight Factory Pro Wrestling. Last year we saw Death Proof Debbie doing all sorts that really has to be seen to be understood. This year is very different. We've seen the return of Debbie Keitel, the contender. Debbie Keitel that's competing to make it to the very top. Last time we saw Debbie Keitel, however, was against Martin Steers, and she lost by referee stoppage. So it's going to be interesting to see if that's going to affect her going into her match here tonight against her mentor, Katey Harvey.
So by my research, Keane, these two have come against each other in singles competition over a dozen times. I give Katey Harvey the advantage historically, but 2024 has been Debbie Keitel's year. Returning after a brief excursion in Germany, she believes this is her moment to prove her coach that she is better than she's ever been.
The question for me is, as you mentioned, you know, Katey Harvey and Debbie Keitel, they've wrestled each other time and time and time again. But Debbie Keitel is somebody who improves time and time and time again. They've evolved, they've developed year on year, month on month, show on show. How long can Katey Harvey, you know, how long is she going to be able to continue to keep getting, you know, most of the wins over Debbie Keitel? How long is she going to keep, you know, having that advantage over her student where she's able to scout, she's able to anticipate what Debbie Keitel throws at her?
I don't know, Ken. It's going to be similar to what we saw with LJ and Zozaya. Has the student surpassed the teacher? Both women have said to me they want to keep things friendly and have a good, clean wrestling match. But Ken, friendship isn't meant for competition, so we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, you know, I always hear wrestlers when they say they respect their opponent, they're friends with their opponent, and I get it, I obviously understand it, but I kind of at the same time take it with buckets of salt, because even if they intend, if they mean that going in, you know, all it takes is one shortcut that was taken, or one referee decision, or one move that hit a bit too hard, and all of a sudden, you know, the friendship flies out the window, let's be honest. And I'm very curious to see, you know, even with the amount of matches they've had, I'd be very curious to see if Katey Harvey and Debbie Keitel will continue to keep things civilized and sportsmanlike as this match continues.
Yeah, things starting fairly clean. Harvey took the headlock, Keitel switches now into a front face lock. Harvey spins out, takes the wrist lock applied. Debbie Keitel rolls through. Oh, top wrist lock takedown by Katey there. Keitel rolls out, takes the wrist of Katey Harvey. Good clean wrestling exchange to start the match here, Keane.
Yeah, I'm noticing, you know, we did mention the parallels between this match and LJ versus Zozaya, in the sense it's mentor versus student, but I think there's also quite a key difference between this match and the last one. You know, in the last match we saw LJ Cleary's foot get obliterated by Zozaya. We saw LJ Cleary completely destroy the neck of Zozaya. You know, are we going to see that in this match? Are we going to see that vicious relentlessness towards, say, a neck or a foot or, you know, an arm, a leg, anything like that? Or will it be a case of, well, I want to beat my opponent, I don't want to hurt my opponent? Already we're seeing Katey Harvey, well, a bit of hesitance in her body language as you know, Debbie Keitel slams onto the canvas. I think it's a very different tone to the last fight we've just seen.
I think you got to understand, Keane, that even in wrestling matches, you're going to hit moves that hurt the other person. And as long as suppose there's no cheating in this, I think it should remain friendly competition. You saw Debbie there just sweep the leg out from Harvey. Side passes Harvey into the corner. Keitel follows it up with a big clothesline. Irish whip follows it in. Snapmare takedown. Debbie Keitel comes off the rope. Sliding clothesline. 1, 2, and Harvey kicks out. Strong start to the match from Keitel. Maybe taking Katey Harvey a little bit by surprise. Hooks her up for the Midnight Espresso. And that's the power of Katey Harvey, I suppose. Just backing Debbie up into the corner, charging in with a massive European uppercut of her own.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, they're friends, you know, second, competitors first. At the end of the day, you have to just accept that there really is no way to beat your opponent in wrestling without hurting them in some respect. And I did ask the question during the entrance, is Debbie Keitel 100% physically after losing against Martin Steers in the last episode by referee stoppage? It wasn't just, you know, shoulders pinned to the mat, it was beaten to the point of Foxy having to say no more. You know, so far you look at Debbie Keitel as she attacks Katey Harvey. It looks to me like, you know, she's 100%, she's good to go, which is an incredible turnaround when you look at how that match ended.
I think so, Kim, but you also got to remember that was 3 months ago. Since then, Debbie's been in Germany. She's been winning championships all over Europe this year. I don't think one singular match is going to be enough to stop her momentum. But Katey there with the chop block to the back of the knee of Debbie Keitel. Oh! And maybe there's a little bit of frustration there that Katey was getting outsmarted and out-wrestled by Debbie Keitel here. And I'm not sure I agree with this strategy, especially in what they both said would be a clean contest.
Yeah, what I'm noticing from Katey Harvey, though, again, I said already, is a hesitancy in her body language. She is doing what she needs to do, but then she's stopping, she's saying, I don't know, I'm not sure about this. Like, I kind of disagree with what you've just said. I would say this is exactly what Katey Harvey needs to do. She's taking on a student that's constantly evolving, constantly developing. If I'm Katey Harvey, you know, I'm breaking my opponent's leg if I have to in this case, but of course, I understand on a personal level why she might be hesitant to do so.
I'd say there's a little bit of frustration as well, with the wrestling fans mostly talking about how this is the end to Debbie Keitel's amazing year. This is the end to Katey Harvey's amazing year. The Party Hardys have an incredibly strong trios record down in Cork. She held the Titanic Women's Championship and she made her US debut in the Worldwide Dojo. And now with a massive drop kick to the knee of Debbie Keitel, Katey Harvey is on fire.
You know what? You raised a great point there about Katey Harvey. A lot of people talk about Katey Harvey as, you know, they talk about the experience, they talk about, you know, the mentorship, and, you know, also argue that Katey Harvey is not a million miles away from championship contention. I say that because only 2 episodes ago we saw Katey Harvey in the main event with Fabio, and we're seeing there the way she blocks off Debbie Keitel, the way she scouts it. We see her in the main event with Fabio, Steers, Zozaya. She was the way that she took on all these are the biggest names in Fight Factory Pro Wrestling. These are Irish junior heavyweight champions, elite prospects, and Katey Harvey is standing toe to toe with all of them, and she's scouting every move, and she's, you know, very nearly came out on top in that match. I think it's a very interesting point you've made there. Titanic Women's champion. So I remember earlier this year down in Cork against Rio, Katey Harvey very nearly won the Progress Women's championship as well. So they do talk about the challenge of Debbie Keitel, the constant evolution and development of the student coming up against the mentor. But I also think it's worth pointing out that Katey Harvey, in her own right, has also had an incredible year and you know, far from done in the ring. So there's really threats on both sides here.
Oh, massive fall-away slam there from Katey Harvey. She did apologise there, but the match is kicked in a gear now. We're advancing into the later stages of the match. These bigger moves have to come out. Oh no! Snap suplex by Katey Harvey, and Debbie Keitel's knee impacted on the bottom rope there. That is a horrendous feeling. Those ropes are incredibly tight. But Debbie's not giving up. She's coming back to her feet. Katey Harvey follows her in, takes that leg out through the middle rope, drops a little elbow, and another. And another. She's a couple of options as to what she can go for here. Tried for the dragon screw. Keitel blocked. Keitel can't really capitalize. Looks at Katey. Oh my God! Drop kick through the ropes. Both women to the outside.
I mean, to pull that off with one leg is really incredible from Debbie Keitel. But yeah, I mean, this match so far, it's been mostly Katey Harvey doing a lot of you know, a lot of the bigger moves are coming from Katie Harvey's side. And, you know, oh, Debbie Keitel nearly pinned out of nowhere. And Katie Harvey, again, you have to remember the technical quality that she possesses. The fact that she can pin somebody out of nowhere like that can be a game changer as well.
But this is where we see the fighting spirit of Debbie Keitel. Yes, she's got one leg, but she is running those ropes like there's no tomorrow. Tried for the victory roll. Harvey stayed up, pushed her into the ropes. Through to the outside, massive knee strike. And we know what she'll be looking for here. She'll be looking for that cross body to the back. And she hits it. And Katie Harvey falls back into the ring. Is Debbie Keitel going to go for the cover? No, she pulls her up to her feet. Hooks one arm, hooks two. Midnight Espresso. No, but Katie Harvey's fighting out. Blocks the shot from Keitel. Pulls her in. Gory bomb, gory bomb. Gory bomb by Katie Harvey. And that's got to be it. 1, 2. And Keitel kicks out. Keitel kicks out, Kane.
Unbelievable. Katie Harvey, that gory bomb puts away so many over the top wrestlers that Katie Harvey faces all across Europe. But she has to be able to adapt. I mean, that's the experience of Katie Harvey, you know what I mean? She needs to be able to know, right, I'll put her away with a gory bomb. It hasn't worked. What else can I try and conjure up?
And maybe that was an error in strategy by Katie Harvey. I think she expected the gory bomb, but Keitel has turned the tables now. Pulls Katie Harvey up, trying. Midnight Espresso. Midnight Espresso. 1, 2, 3. What a victory for Debbie Keitel.
What a win for Debbie Keitel. You know, as I've said in our previous episode, lost by referee stoppage, looked down and out, looked like she could be out for a while, but as you said, immediately regrouped, not just here, but all across Europe, picking up wins left, right and centre, comes back to Fight Factory, takes on the queen of Irish wrestling and the queen of Fight Factory, Katie Harvey. What a result for Debbie Keitel, and I'm very intrigued to see what the next step is for Keitel.
Katie fucking Harvey. Katie Harvey never gets the recognition that she deserves. Katie Harvey saw Katie Harvey is a star. Katie Harvey has poured her blood, sweat, and tears into Fight Factory Pro Wrestling. She kept the lights on during a global pandemic. And when some of us lost our jobs, she paid our fees.
Very emotional promo from Debbie Keitel there. And Debbie will set sail next year. She will go as one of the finest wrestlers this country has ever produced, whose European success is near unparalleled, and is an amazing coach to the next generation of Irish wrestlers here in the Fight Factory. From me and Cian on commentary, best of luck, Debbie, but I don't believe for one moment you will need us.
I think we can go once more, can't we? Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a Next Gen Showcase. It is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Here we go. This is one of the matches I was most excited for coming in tonight. It's two people I know incredibly well. Unfortunately, one of them is Harry McGrath. Harry debuted here in the Fight Factory back in May in a match against me, actually. And since then, I don't think I've ever been in this gym without seeing Harry working on the mats. He is the definition of work ethic, and he has put in so much effort to bring himself to this level. It's just a shame that he is a really, really detestable human being. Now, this is a man I know incredibly well. Me and him began in the Fight Factory on the same day. So let me introduce Max Power to you, not as a wrestler, but as a person. He's like a wrestling brother to me. We've been through things since day one, and he is one of the nicest people that I have the privilege to know. And I am so proud of him to see him get this opportunity that he deserves. So, I'll let the music take it away for a second as Max Power gets his spotlight.
I'm not just seeing it from you, Cole, I'm seeing it from a lot of the people I'm surrounded by here, a lot of the people who go to the Next Gen shows, who are in the training school day in and day out, who know exactly what Max Power is made of. They know exactly how hard he has worked to make it to this point. His Fight Factory Pro Wrestling episode debut, although I have to admit, I don't see as much smiles or as much happiness surrounding the debut of Harry McGrath.
No, certainly not. Now let me quickly go over both of these as wrestlers. Harry has an accomplished martial arts background. He also told me that he's a champion of Trinity College Gentlemen's Wrestling, whatever that is. So he does have a strong grappling game. Max's grapple game is strong, but not as strong as Harry's. The power moves is where he'll really shine. See the strong grapple game of Harry now as he takes the waist lock and returns Max to the ground. This is just really horrible conduct from Harry here. Just going to the outside of the ring to argue with the fans. I don't know how much lower you can go, Ken.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear to see right from the start, not endearing himself to these fans. But one thing I find quite interesting about when you see somebody like Harry McGrath is it's very easy to get lost in the spectacle. It's very easy to get lost in their horrific personality. You tend to forget that there is substance behind someone like Harry McGrath. There is legitimate ability, as you've said, Trinity Gentlemen's Wrestling Champion, from what I've heard. But you know, I was impressed in that initial exchange that he had with Max Power. Power, of course, having the strength advantage, but it seems to me as though Harry McGrath knows what he needs to do to neutralise that threat.
Yeah, and I think Max has been a little bit cautious. He knows if he goes to the outside, Harry might try something. So he's staying in the ring, let Harry do his silly little arguments with the fans. And maybe he'll go out to try and get him. Because I think once Max gets a suplex or a slam on Harry McGrath, the whole dynamic of this match is going to change. And a lockup. Harry takes the head, drops it into a front face lock, brings Max Power down to the canvas. Switches to the waist lock. And for the third time, forgoes an advantage to go and argue with the fans, and this time Max isn't having it. I think we all feel Harry deserved that there. Max returns Harry into the ring. Harry throws a line. 2 shots from Max and a third, and Harry goes into the corner. Max follows it in. Flying forearm. Switches. Oh, switch by Harry. Max up and over.
Really impressed by Max Power so far. The second he got an opportunity, he's taken it without hesitation. I'm curious to know what Harry McGrath's plan was. I'm all for a bit of pacing, but it seems as though while he is pacing himself, he was leaving the ring after every single bit of offense that he got in. What I'm seeing now is what I was waiting to see from Harry McGrath, waiting to see what he would do if he actually spent more than 5 seconds in the ring with Power. He seems to have recovered from that head-first instant into the ring post. And I will say, I'm interested in the fact that the awareness that he has in terms of how to get a bit of an offense in behind Foxy's, where he's not looking.
Hard buckle there. Max is back straight into those top 2 ropes. And it looks like that's taken a little bit out of him. He looks winded. And maybe that early flurry we saw from Max Power is over. And a slap. And Max looks furious. He's so angry, he's confused. Harry turns around. Yeah, that didn't go well. Massive European uppercut from Max. Harry goes flying back into the corner. Oh, but Harry moved and Max's head hit that top rope. Snap suplex by Harry McGrath. I'd go for the cover there. I think that's inexperience on Harry's part. Oh, Jesus, snatching on that double wrist lock. That's an incredibly painful move, Ken. Maybe Harry looking for the submission.
He's doing a decent job of grounding Power and sort of controlling the pace. I'm really intrigued by the fact that, I feel like in the past few minutes we've learned so much from Harry McGrath already as he clenches onto Harvey, doesn't let go, goes to the pin. I have to say, he looked nervous at the start. He looked shaken. He looked like he was in over his head a little bit. But I feel like McGrath's kind of fought his way back into it, and I hate to admit it, but maybe there's a little bit of, I don't know, a chance of a Harry McGrath win here tonight.
Yeah, a very impressive drop kick there from Harry McGrath. But I don't think this is smart. I think he should be focusing on capitalising on his advantage instead of taunting the fans. He's got Max in a waistlock now, but Max looks like he's taking a second to recover. Oh, you see, Harry took too long, and Max has blocked the German attempt. Oh, massive backbreaker. And now Max might be on a roll. That momentum might be back. Oh, he catches him. Backside. 1, 2. Damn it, Harry kicks out. Oh, that was rough. Massive knee into the sternum of Max Power. You saw the wind just leave his lungs.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if Harry could utilise that a bit more. Those knees really did seem to have an effect on Max Power and help turn the tide in his favour.
Harry again should be going for Max here. He seems dead set on just spending the whole match arguing with the Fight Factory fans. And as he puts on that key lock, I gotta think that and he drops now. Harry's starting to get back into the rhythm of hurtling Max Power. He's got that key lock on fairly tight, and he dropped an elbow on the shoulder there. But Max is getting up. First shot back by Max. And another one. Harry took the line. Max goes under. Clothesline by Max Power. Spine buster. The spine on the pine. Rolls Harry to his feet. And this is the Power. Stalling vertical suplex. Harry goes down, but Max landed on his shoulder and can't make the pin.
I have to say, yeah, it's unfortunate he can't make the pin because of his shoulder, but I've been impressed by Max Power. I have to say, it's not easy making your debut, in front of a hot crowd like this in the Fight Factory co-main event tonight. It's a very big night, but so far, it looks like McGrath just caught me out of nowhere, and it looks like the tides have turned yet again.
Max down the back of the slam. Ducks one. The swipe right spear by Max Power. Make the cover, Max. Cover him, Max. No, he can't. No, his shoulder's not good enough. Cover him, Max. Cover him. Come on, Max. And the fans letting the next gen wrestlers know what they think of this one. He makes the cover. No, Harry kicks out. Just as Foxy's hand was about to hit the canvas for the 3. Harry McGrath got the shoulder up, and that's some resilience from Harry McGrath. I didn't really expect that from him tonight. Oh, what's Max trying here? Don't know. He's not one that goes to the top rope very regularly. Swanton! Oh my God! Harry moved. The answer kick, and Max goes down. 1, 2, no. Harry McGrath wins the Next Gen Showcase.
Hey, look, I know a lot of people don't like Harry McGrath. I understand that he's got an incredible amount of arrogance and all that, but look, I was impressed. I was impressed by that result. I was impressed by the accuracy of that kick at the end, the timing. Max Power threw a lot at him, and to his credit, unlucky for Power, he didn't get the result he wanted. I'm sure he'll be back. But I have to give credit where it's due here. You mightn't be happy with it, but Harry McGrath would definitely want to watch going forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, just want to draw your attention to something before we go any further. You might most know of a Fight Factory wrestler called the Volleyball Monster, Martin Steers. Now, between you and me and the wall, like we all know, he's a bit of an arsehole, yeah? But you know what? He's our arsehole, yeah? And folks, he's had a bad time, he's had a bad injury, and we have t-shirts on sale with all proceeds going towards supporting Martin's recovery. So folks, do feel free to go down to our merchandise table, get your hands on one of those t-shirts, buy it, and all proceeds will go to supporting Martin Steers' recovery, and we hope to have him back in a Fight Factory ring before 2 rounds. Give him a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your main event of the evening. The following contest is a 6-person tag match and is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first.
So, Gangland is here. And now I think we all know that Gangland was a necessity for Fabio to be his tag partners here tonight because he doesn't have very many other friends. But I think we have to acknowledge what Gangland is now. Both Jay Steins and Double L just a year ago were destroyed by Santa Claus and chokeslammed through presents, back body dropped on baubles. But since then, Gangland has been on the up. They picked up a clean win on the last show over the Scoop and AJ Scraggs. They went international in a strong showing for CPW and have found their place in main events across the country. As much as this was a necessity for Fabio, I actually believe there were no better wrestlers to be his tag partners here tonight. And I hope Paul London and the Saviours haven't looked past them. To do so would be foolish. This is their territory and the boys are ready for war.
Yeah, no, I fully understand what you're saying. You know, Gangland have come a long way. There's no denying that. Double L, Jay Steins. You know, the reality is, love or hate them, you kind of have to take them seriously at this point. I mean, they've really developed, they've really grown. But with that being said, Fabio is a key player tonight. You know, Fabio's entering this match with all the records somebody could possibly have in Fight Factory Pro Wrestling. He's only just lost the CBL in a match where he was hoping to walk out as Irish Junior Heavyweight Champion. So he's going to be looking to build back up and compete for that championship yet again. And what better way to do that against not only the greatest tag team we've ever seen in Fight Factory Pro Wrestling, the Saviours Destiny, but also against a former 3-time WWE Tag Team Champion and a former Cruiserweight Champion in Paul London. A very intriguing main event we have here tonight.
I just see here on the entrance, I don't think these lads are on the same page. I think Gangland think Fabio is their BFF, which they've told me stood for best friend Fabio. And I don't think the feeling is mutual. I think Fabio just had to pick some partners out of necessity if he wanted this match. And I think this might be the chink in their armour as the tag champs are on their way to the ring, although not defending tonight.
Interesting point. you make it a really interesting point. They are the Irish Tag Team Champions, the non-defending Irish Tag Team Champions. And I have to ask why. I have to ask why Owen Richards made the request to not defend these Tag Team Championships. It's been an interesting year for the Saviours. I would argue last year was the year of the Saviours. This year, they've had individual success. Owen Richards, of course, down in RCW, he had an incredible run as champion, but as far as title defenses in Fight Factory, they've been few and far between. I just have to say it like it is.
It's been a rocky year for the Saviours. They haven't defended the belts since last September against the Greedy Souls. The third member of the Saviours, Anita Vaughan, has relocated, leaving them without a key part of their team. They didn't team together in the first 2 Fight Factory shows, but they are the tag champs. They should not be counted out. And now their partner.
From Austin, Texas, he is the intrepid traveler, you know what that means? He has swollen and just he looks at this world and wants it all. So he's like shit.
One of the all-time entrances we've had here in the Fight Factory. Let me just do a quick honor roll of Paul London, former WWE Tag Team Champion, WWE Cruiserweight Champion, PWG World Tag Team Champion, ICW World Tag Team Champion, the man who went nearly 60 minutes in a legendary Ring of Honor match with Bryan Danielson, and now he's here.
Attacking right before the bell. I was going to say, how is Paul London going to mesh with the Saviours of Destiny? Obviously, a whole a host of tag team expertise, as you mentioned, ICW, PWG and WWE success with a variety of different tag team partners. But you made a good point to start with about Gangland. You know, they had the right idea. Now, it didn't work out, as we're seeing with the Saviours and Paul London, but attacking before the bell, that's the sort of thing they might need to do to get a result here tonight.
And now that they've isolated Fabio, maybe he's the weak link in that team. They get him up. And Owen Richards spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, and he's getting faster, and he shows no signs of stopping. Fabio doesn't know where he is. Oh, he does now. And he's on the ground thanks to a massive chop from Owen Richards.
But I would also argue it's quite a smart strategy to isolate the only, former Irish Junior Heavyweight champion in that group and wear him down. Obviously a bit of a not ideal start for Gangland and Fabio, and Andy Steele catching Fabio. And now goes to tag in Paul London, and here we go.
And Paul London, takes to the skies, a massive double foot stomp on the arm of Fabio. Gonna ring it now for that wrist lock. Fabio saw it coming, catches him with a knee to the gut. Fabio takes London's arm now, forearm shot to that tricep area. And just antagonizes Saviours. Smart from Fabio. Saviours maybe aren't used to getting back in to the tag ritual now this year, and we see they shouldn't be so distracted easily. They should know to stay out on the apron, that they're against these cerebral cheaters like Fabio and Gangland. And we saw Double L ringing the arm there as Fabio puts Paul London's arm through that high tension middle rope.
Yeah, you raised a good point. I mean, the Team of Destiny really should know better in a situation like that. It's what they've done for years to get to the point of being champions, and I wonder, is that a bit of rustiness perhaps from the lack of title defenses that they're not able to, and it's happening again. It's happening again. You look at Jay Steins, Gangland, Fabio taking shortcuts, doing what they need to do behind Foxy's back, and the Saviours are only prolonging Foxy from turning around and stopping this from happening. I don't know. I'm surprised to see the Saviours' Destiny on the receiving end of that.
I'll be honest, Kieran, I don't think Gangland are too into this cheating. Reluctance on both Jay and Double L's faces there, doing that arm ringer on Paul London. Jay, we all know that Paul London is a hero of Jay Steins. And now Fabio. Oh no. Paul London has switched it. Double L and Jay are ringing Fabio's arm, and they have no idea. Maybe they have an idea now. Jay knows, Double L doesn't. He's still ringing Fabio's arm. Schoolboy from London, early pinfall. Doesn't quite get it. Beautiful arm drag.
Yeah, it's very cool seeing Paul London and Fabio exchange and go back and forth like this because, stylistically, anyone who's ever watched Paul London, there's a lot of similarities between Fabio and Paul London, the movement, the quickness on the feet. So seeing those two compete for the first time is interesting, but here are two wrestlers who are not competing for the first time, because you look at Fabio and Owen Richards and I can't help but think of all the battles they have been through as tag teams. The Saviours on one side, and of course it was Fabio and LJ Cleary on the other. And it's very interesting to see how much your game evolves when you know an opponent and you learn them from several battles, especially that went on as long as theirs did. Now Andy Steele is in there with Fabio, and currently he has the upper hand.
Stronger start than I expected, to be honest, for the Saviours. But maybe they just got that Paul London buzz. They've isolated Fabio now. They're working over his arm. Paul London with a big snap mare. Getting the crowd going. Oh! What a neck crank from Paul London. That was incredible. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. And now a roundhouse kick to the back of Fabio's neck.
Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of quick tags in the corner of the Saviours and Paul London. I find that that's something, you know, in a match such as this, that can be a real difference maker. You know, it's the experience, the tagging experience of the Saviours come into play, but also, of course, as I said earlier, Paul London. They know exactly what to do in this match, despite the fact they've never teamed with each other before. There isn't really a lack of chemistry. I whisper. There isn't really a lack of chemistry or a breakdown between all three of these men. They seem to be in complete control. As Gangland extend their arms as much as they can, they want to get tagged in. They know they can make a difference. Right now, Fabio very much being isolated.
Certainly, I've had the privilege to team with Andy Steele before. He is very good at tag team offense. He knows how to get in there and communicate with his tag partners, so that even if you've never teamed with him before, he can get you to work together really, really well. That's the advantage of these long time tag team wrestlers working together. Even if they don't know how to team with each other, they know how to team. Jay was too busy on that middle rope. He missed the opportunity to maybe grab a tag off Fabio. But Gangland are trying to drum up a bit of support for their friend, even though I don't think Fabio appreciates it very much.
Yeah, I mean, Fabio, really what he wants right now is to get out of there. You know, this has been a very rough start for Fabio. He sees Double L on the apron, he sees Jay Steins. You know, there's a whole burst of energy waiting for him if he can just make the corner, but it looks like, well, I was going to say it looks like he won't be able to make it, but he managed to send one sneaker into the other, and now a drop kick takes Owen Richards off his feet. Very smart, taking Paul London off the apron, but instead of going for the tag, which is what I thought he was going for, he's decided to rain down the fist on Owen Richards. He's looking at Gangland, and now he's got a window of opportunity. Now he's got time. I don't know if this is a wise move from Fabio to stay in there when, you know, the opportunity is there to tag himself out.
No, it's obviously not a wise move from Fabio. His vanity has gone the better of him. He's choking on Richards on necklace, and Gangland are telling him to stop. It's a bit unusual behaviour from Gangland. They don't seem too interested in getting involved with Fabio's shenanigans in this match. And Jay finally has enough and tags himself in. I think that's the right call from Jay. I think Fabio's ego is getting the better of him. And it's time to let the world's travelled ringleader get in. Snapmare by Double L. Jay hits the ropes. Massive clothesline. Oh! Dropping tilted from Double L. But Owen Richards kicks out. Double L looking for the tag off Fabio, Jay Steins, but Fabio tags himself in. This was just not being a team player from Fabio. As someone who does have tag team experience, he should know better, Keane.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've seen him in a successful tag team with Martin Steers. We've seen him in a successful tag team with LJ Cleary. You know, we've seen him in tag team competition before. I'm very surprised at how incapable he seems to be of working alongside Double L and Jay Steins. You know, it very much is a breakdown of chemistry. I look at one side of the ring and I see a tag team and a singles wrestler. I look at the other and I see a trios team. You know, it really does feel like Paul London has fit in seamlessly with the Saviours for the occasion. The other side, as I said earlier, this lack of being on the same page, this will be the downfall of Gangland and Fabio.
Damn it, Fab. Yes, good job, Double L. I think Fabio just needs to learn his lesson. Teamwork makes the dream work, especially in dream matches. Bait and switch whip by Jay Stein sends Liam into Owen Richards. Gangland are able to capitalise where Fabio hasn't so far this match, and they're doing so by actually wrestling properly and wrestling as a tag team. Something we haven't really seen from them before. Owen Richards tried to go through the legs, but Jay Steins held on. Fabio now tagging himself back in, even though Oh, Jay hit double L. Fabio grabs Owen Richards. Oh, big suplex from Fabio. But Owen Richards kicks out. I don't think anyone thought that was going to be the end of the match there.
No, I think we're in for quite a long main event. You know, there's a lot of durability on both sides. Two teams are, notoriously, especially in the case of Saviours and in the case of Fabio, we've seen time and time again, these are wrestlers that are notoriously difficult to put away. And that's what makes this match so intriguing, because you're kind of like, what's it going to be that puts, the wrestler away, that gets pinned when all is said and done, you know what I mean? And you look at Jay Stynes and Double L, for them, what's it going to take to put away those two? I mean, this is the biggest match of their entire careers. This is, as you said earlier, Paul London, a hero with Jay Stynes. Jay Stynes getting a share ring with Paul London. I doubt he's going to be put away with ease. Same with Double L. So it's a very intriguing main event, as I said earlier. And Fabio now getting the upper hand on Owen Richards.
Stupid cover there from Fabio. If he's going to pin him, he should be putting weight on those shoulders. Fabio is treating this just like any other match. This is a huge, huge match, especially for his tag partners. I just noticed there on the far side of the ring, Andy Steele is limping. Maybe he came down hard when he got knocked off the apron there. It's really not looking good in that quad of Andy Steele.
Yeah, if you're Andy Steele, you wanna hide that. You know what I mean? Fabio will, as we've seen before, will try and remove your leg by force if he sees that as a potential target. So yeah, Andy's gonna need to hide that. For me, it looks as though Fabio is almost, if anything, he's a little bit rattled, it appears, after his loss to CBL on our last episode. It feels as though mentally he hasn't settled, he hasn't gotten into place, he hasn't realised how much he needs to focus and how much he needs to, reel himself in and pace himself and, take control of this. So if he wants to get a win over the Irish Tag Team Champions and Paul London, it's a huge, huge ask. But in comes Jay Stynes, in comes Paul London. Paul London taking Double L off the apron.
Out goes Paul London, massive gut shot. Climbs up to the top rope. Down! Diving double foot stomp, right on Jay's back. Drop kick, Double L, shot right back out. Spinning wheel kick by Paul London. Paul London clearing house.
Incredible to see Paul London with a super kick, knocking Jay Stynes off his feet. And it's not enough. It's not enough to put away Jay Stynes. But that is the sort of bundle of energy you have in your corner when Paul London is there. You know what I mean? Look how quickly he managed to wipe out the entire team as he goes to the top turnbuckle.
Setting up for that London star, that beautiful shooting star press. Double L tried to get in there and interrupt him. London having none of us. Fabio in at the far side. Met by a massive knee strike from Andy Steele. I think we're all a bit disappointed, but Jay Stynes has rolled away. Smart move. Stynes-Aguri. 1, 2, and Owen Richards breaks it up. If Owen Richards didn't break that pin up, I think that was it.
I mean, possibly, that was an incredible effort from Jay Stynes. And you can really see the difference in Fabio and Jay Stynes tonight is Jay Stynes I was going to say Jay Stynes understands the occasion perhaps better than Fabio does, and understands how challenging this task is going to be. But Double L, I would argue, almost his team's equivalent of Owen Richards, the powerful one, the one that needs to use his strength.
Double L going to the ropes. Vader bomb. Outside. Oh my God! Nobody home. Spear from Owen Richards. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in my life, Kane.
I have never seen in all my time watching Double L see him pull off anything like that. That is nuts. I was literally just saying strength and power. I wasn't expecting. Oh! Fabio getting caught mid-air with the head kick, and this could be it.
Call to action from the Saviours. Fabio rolls out. Everybody's down. Paul London and Jay Steins climbing to their feet. Massive drop kick in the corner from Jay. Paul London up thinking witness protection. London down the back, sunset flip. 1, 2, 3. And he gets him.
Ultimately, that match was all about chemistry. You know, you look at how Paul London, Andy Steele and the Saviours of Destiny all gel together and work as a team, and you compare that in contrast to Fabio and his selfishness and his ego when forced to team with Jay Steins and Double L, who he wouldn't normally team with, and they never really stood a chance. But the credit of Gangland, and you said this when Gangland made their entrance, we need to start taking them seriously, because this is what they're capable of. They really took it to Paul London and they took it to the Saviours, and a lot of people thought that they would be the weak link, but in reality it was actually Fabio. And I think if I'm Jay Steins, I'm devastated, I'm heartbroken by the result, but it's very clear to see that Gangland stepped up a level here tonight.
I think if I'm Jay Steins and Double L, I'm looking at those belts. Saviours haven't defended those belts in a very long time, and I think Gangland just put themselves quite near the top of the line.
No, I agree. I agree, you know, if I'm Jay Steins, I'm Double N, I'm looking at the next step. You know, that is the ultimate prize if you're a tag team in Fight Factory Pro Wrestling. They've been teaming for a while, but, you know, should they get a tag team match, there is no Paul London, there is no Fabio, it's 2v2. You look at how the Saviours aren't defending their belts, you look at how much Jay Steins and Double L stepped up. Maybe you're right, maybe that is the next step for Gangland.
Respect between Jay and Paul London. I thought we were about to see that Jay Steins had maybe turned a new leaf. And maybe he has, but I think he's disappointed. I think he really felt that he could have won that match tonight. But experience prevails. Saviours, Paul London, close the Fight Factory Christmas party.